Overhead style videos are super useful as you can use it to show off products, or maybe you're doing some crafting tutorials. However, traditionally they do take up a lot of space. So today I'm going to show you how you can condense everything to one single light stand. That way you get the space back in your small bedroom. Let's go. I'm going to go through a few items here, so I'll have some purchase links linked down below in case you want to purchase them, and if you do, that does help support the channel. First, we're going to need a tabletop, and specifically I will be using a folding table where the legs cross each other. That way it's super easy to fold and unfold when you need it. The heart of this build is going to be reliant on a C-stand, as a C-stand is a very sturdy type of light stand without taking up too much room. Now you might be wondering why I'm choosing not to use a table clamp setup, and that's simply because when you're working on the table, you might have your forearms or elbows on the table as you're working. Any of those movements could cause vibrations, and therefore your camera could vibrate as well as your lights and other equipment. We don't want that. The second reason is if you use a table clamp setup, then your table is essentially permanently there. And if you have the space, awesome. But otherwise, if you don't, then having this setup allows you to at least take the table away and give you more space back to your bedroom. The clamps we're going to use are called super clamps made by Impact. They provide a very strong grip and they can hold up to about 33 pounds. The first clamp is going to hold our two-way articulating arm, which is going to be responsible for holding up our camera. This arm can hold up to 3.3 pounds, which is perfect for anything from a smartphone to some full-frame setups. Once you've mounted your camera to the plate, make sure you attach the camera mount where the hot shoe is facing towards the C-stand. That way your camera is in the correct orientation, allowing you to see in real time what you are doing on the monitor that we're about to attach next. Our second super clamp is going to hold up our monitor. We're going to need one more additional piece, which is the Impact's monitor mount. It has VESA mounting ports in the back, so we can basically mount anything from a small TV to a computer monitor. The reason I suggest going with a computer monitor over a camera external monitor is because for relatively the same price, you are getting a much larger screen to look at. Pretty much most cameras these days, and even smartphones, are going to allow you to shoot out a video signal through one of their ports. So double check which kind of HDMI is coming out of your camera and buy the appropriate cable to plug into your monitor. To light this setup, we're going to be using the Amaran 60D paired with the Amaran Light Dome Mini SE. This combo is going to be more than enough for most situations. We won't need a super clamp for this light as we're just going to simply mount it onto the top of the C-stand. Lastly, we're going to take all the power cords and simply plug it into one power strip. That way, with one flick of a button, we can power up or power down the entire setup. If you want to keep your camera powered indefinitely, you can purchase some AC dummy batteries for your camera models and plug it into the power strip, or some cameras these days have USB charging, so you could use either a power bank and just strap it to the articulating arm, or you can simply buy a small power brick that has to have at least 20 watts of PD power and then simply run a USB cord up through the column and into your camera. And there you have it. That is the entire setup on one light stand. We gain some awesome benefits compared to the original setup, which is we get more space back, we can take the table out of the room if we have to, and if we do need to move the entire setup, because it's all on one stand, you can, in theory, just lift it up and move it somewhere. Or if you have hardwood floors, you can buy some caster wheels for your C-stand, or you can actually, instead of buying a C-stand, just get a rolling light stand, and that will also do the trick. But perhaps my most favorite benefit of this setup is the fact that you do have a nice large monitor right in front of you, so you can see in real time what's going on, where things are placed, and if your camera's autofocus is actually capturing what you want it to see. Now this setup doesn't have to be just strictly for an overhead shot. Depending on how you want to move things around, you could introduce a second articulating camera arm and actually have a camera that's doing a talking head like you see here. That way you have two cameras to cut to, making your filming process much easier as everything is done in real time. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Are you team iPhone or are you team Android? Go ahead and like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm, and don't forget to sign up for the TLDR Film School Pure Basics course for $30. I hope this video has been helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one.